Hello YouTube and welcome to a new Techsloth video. It's time for my review of the normal Honor 20. It's not the Honor 20 Pro, this is the device here. And I tested the normal Honor 20 now for about 2 weeks. I got the device here for over a month. I tested, of course, the Honor 20 and I compared it with other devices. Of course, I took last year's Honor 10, but also a very interesting competitor here, the Xiaomi Mi 9, and of course a couple of OnePlus devices, the OnePlus 6T and the OnePlus 7. And one thing is sure, last year and the years before that, the Honor devices always been really good devices that give you a lot of value for your money. But this year, Honor has increased the prices, at least here in Europe or in Germany, so much that it's not anymore that you can't, it's just not a thing where I say, yes, buy it. This time you get for the same amount of money other devices, which are, in my opinion, better, or for less money, devices that don't a lot of a trade-off. So, first of all, let's go point by point throughout this review. First of all, build quality outside and operating the device, feeling in your hand, no problem at all. I like the device, it's a 6.26-inch device. It's well built and it has to be well built for a price of 500 euros. I mean, this is not a light device here, which costs between 2 and maybe 250, maybe 300 euro. No, this is a 500 euro device. And then I'm expecting a really nice build quality. And in comparison, last year's Honor 10 was already also nice, had a really good build quality. And this year, Honor wants 100 euro more for the Honor 20. So, but it got a, well, it's a nice build quality and I like the feeling in my hand. No more headphone jack, it's gone. No wireless charging and one downside, no IP certification as well. But what I mean is, we got USB Type-C here, but it's still, in the middle of 2019, it's only USB 2.0 for the data transfer rate. This is nothing I want to like to see in a 500 euro device. But build quality nice, glass backside, you can see a lot of fingerprints, the camera is standing a little bit out, but not as much as on the Honor 20 Pro, which got the better cameras. But build quality is nice. One thing, the fingerprint sensor is now in the on-off button on the side and it's cut out. And there's some, not every device is built the same way. You got some devices that got rough edges surrounding the fingerprint sensor that don't feel that nicely. But on my Honor 20, everything is fine. Next point is the display. And I mean, display is okay. I like the design. I mean, we got only this little punch hole here, which looks really nice. When Honor started it this year, this was the way to go. No more ugly notches. I mean, of course, maybe Apple did not start the notch trend, but they made it mainstream. And this year we got this little hole. But in comparison, even the hole, I like the hole better than the notch. But in the middle of 2019, we got so many devices which with pop-up cameras. I mean, OnePlus 7 Pro, we got the Asus Zenfone 6, for example, Xiaomi 9T, even the Huawei P Smart that got, so all those devices don't got any distraction more on the display. So this should be better than just a hole, but in all those whole solution, let's call it this, I like the Honor solution the best. I like it in the angle there in the corner. Looks nice, does not disturb by gaming or watching a video. It's the less disturbing part of not having a display somewhere on the display, in my opinion. So, but the display itself, nice camera, not camera, nice colors. Brightness level is okay, even in this bright sunny summer here. I would like to see it a little bit brighter, but it's still okay. Only in those extreme cases I would wish for a brighter display, but overall it's okay. But in terms of viewing angles, this is not the nicest IPS panel they could got. And this is the other thing where I think for 500 euro they should have built a nicer IPS panel. Even if they shouldn't. I'm not expecting an OLED display here, but a little bit a nice IPS panel with better viewing angles for 500 euros, yes. So this is just the point. Last year with the Honor 10, I was satisfied. I said, yes, this is a nice display. Now this here, no, not anymore. Not for the price rise here. Or with the price rise here. Next point, speaker. No stereo speaker sound. We got only one mono speaker, which sounds just okay. It gets loud enough for your normal entertainment. So listening to radio, audiobooks, watching a YouTube video, a Netflix movie on there, no problem at all. This is nothing that really gets really, really loud, but it's sufficient. It's okay. Also, the sound quality is okay. From 80% volume up to 100%, you get a lightly vibration all over the backside of the device, which is also okay. This is nothing that really disturbs me. So, but it's nothing fancy on the other side. So that's just standard. Now, in terms of camera, and this is the point when the Honor introduced this device, and I was at the NDA event, and they said, hey, we got this 48 megapixel camera, 1.8 aperture, I guess. This was just the normal next step camera development. Yes, but all the other fancy things here, I mean, so 60 megapixel wide angle camera, which is just, you see the difference in terms of picture quality. This is not a really nice wide angle camera just for playing around. It's the same thing with the Honor 7 Pro, where I already said, main camera is good, but forget about the rest. And this is exactly the same here. Also, there's a 2 megapixel macro lens. I mean, 2 megapixel, even though it's macro, no, you don't want to use it. Forget all the other fancy cameras here. They are useless in the term of if you want to have a nice picture. Only go with the main camera. And now speaking about the main camera, comparison to last year's model, this is not a huge improvement. Maybe it's a little bit better, but you only get nice pictures if the lighting conditions are good. So if you got enough light, this is a nice camera, and I'm not complaining. If this would be my main or my only camera or my only device that I got with me on vacation or anything, it would be fine. I would put a little bit more or way more effort here in taking pictures than just in only point and shoot in bright daylight. But it would be okay. But it's nothing really, really, really fancy here. And in terms of when it gets darker, or we also got this night mode here. And don't even think about comparing the night mode on the Honor 20 with Huawei night modes. This is so much worse here. You can forget about the night mode. This long-term exposure of 4 to 6 seconds. Totally forget it. The picture quality is not good. This is not. Yes, you can try to take a picture with no light, with little bit light, with more light in the dark. But the result, it's nothing you want to show off, nothing you want to send even not via WhatsApp or any messengers, and you don't even want to look at it. I have no clue. It was always so that the Honor flagship devices were not as good in terms of camera quality or all quality like the original, let's call them original Huawei flagships. But this is just bad in terms of low light quality. In terms of video quality, it's exactly the same. Image stabilization or no video quality. No, you don't. Huawei devices and Honor devices, you don't want to take videos with it. Audio recording quality is surprisingly good. This is something, my normal audio recording, I could do with an Honor device. There's a little bit noise, but it's not much. So audio recording quality is okay, but video, no. Selfies are just as always. Let's say this is nothing really fancy. In terms of speaking quality, using it as a normal phone, nothing fancy. In terms of reception, Wi-Fi or mobile reception, nothing fancy. GPS, nothing fancy. It's just standard. So what about the performance? This is another thing which I really like. Or this is really now for the first thing that I really like. Performance on this device was really good. Huge apps, gaming, really fast without lags. Only lags or micro interruptions I was getting was when I was using the camera app. But this is a software thing on the Huawei, on the Honor side. So this is, again, nothing really, really fancy. But overall, this is just, if you're using camera, this is not that, it's okay. Even then, the performance is good. And in any case, the performance is really good. So this is And this is one thing I really like, the performance. And the other thing is the fingerprint sensor on the side. This is blazingly fast. This is, again, you just tap it and it's unlocking. So this is like the old Huawei and Honor fingerprint sensors from 2 years ago, before they started to put them below or beneath the glass. So this is a really fantastic fingerprint sensor. So last big point, battery life. First of all, you get easily through the day. We got a 3750 milliampere hours battery, no wireless charging. We get 22.5 watt fast charging, which charges the battery from 10 to 100% in around 90 minutes, which is totally okay. Getting through the day, no problem. Even heavily using it, you get through the day, even if you use it as maybe for 30 minutes or so as a hotspot, no problems at all. You can last, if you use it normally, for maybe 1.5 days, maybe 2, to the evening, until the evening of the second day if you restrain yourself. But under normal conditions, no problems to get through the day. Now my normal numbers: 1 hour of Netflix on auto brightness in Wi-Fi with all the notifications, everything on, consumes 10%. 1 hour of Netflix on 100% display brightness consumes 17%. So there again, this huge IPS panel battery drain. Normal usage is around 13%, and looking only at ebooks and reading comics or anything, like around 11%. So battery life, again, also good. So what about all the other things? NFC is okay, USB 2.0, I've already complained about it, no IP certification. And now we are going at the end. So this is not a bad device. There are a lot of points where I say for 500 euros, it could or it should have been better in some points, definitely. Especially if I compare it to last year's Honor 10. And even now people are saying, hey, last year's this basic model was, I guess, about 4 gigabytes of RAM and only 64 gigabytes of storage. This year's is 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. No microSD here, so no more storage options here. But even still, if I get the same storage size here, there would have been still 50 euros difference. And of course, or not of course, yes, the device got a little bit bigger. Yes, we got no more notch and now this hole, but this is standard. This is, I'm pretty sure this is, those parts were the same price for Honor as last year. And even then, maybe they have been around 5% more. This is no reason why they are expanding the price that much. And don't forget it, normal people are just won't compare the storage or the RAM size with last year's models. No, they only see last year was 400 euro, this year is 500 euros. So what do I get more? And in my opinion, you don't get anything more. If you still got the Honor 10, stay with the Honor 10. This is the one thing where I got problems to understand why there's this price rise. Because in terms of everything, it's the same, in my opinion, or it's nearly on the same level. This is one thing. And now we are talking about the competition. In the last years, Honor was always with his flagship devices like, hey, you get so much device for your money. But this year, I mean, if you're willing to spend 500 euros on an Honor 20, I would say, no, don't get it. If you're willing to spend 500 euros, then maybe get an OnePlus 6T or even a OnePlus 7 if you're in this 500 price range. This will be, in my opinion, the better devices. And if you go with the other device, Ray, Xiaomi. Xiaomi is this year here in Germany where Honor was last year. Really a fantastic device for the money you're paying. And I just checked it out. The Xiaomi Mi 9 is a better device, and with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, it costs now already 66 euros less than the Honor 20. And this is the main problem. I mean, and I don't want to compare the Asus Zenfone 6 here, but this costs 500 euros and it's hard to compare them, but only on this or with this, you see the competition Honor is getting from other devices. And now I'm not talking even Huawei company devices. I would, without thinking about it, I would choose the Mate 20, a Huawei Mate 20 over the Honor 20. And you get this one for way less money. I guess even though you get a P30 for less money than an Honor 20. And this is, no, Honor is asking too much of a price this year, in my opinion. So this is everything I can say to this. This is an average device from Huawei or from Honor, but with a too high price tag. So this is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.